Hi, I'm going to teach you how to cut the Hobby Lobby faux leather wide ribbon, the pebbled kind, with a soft backing, which is so difficult to cut. It always wants to bunch up and it doesn't cut all the way through. You can buy this roll over in the fabric section and it goes on sale every other week, half off. This is what it looks like. It's got a pebbled texture on the front, faux leather, and then on the back it's got that soft, I don't know what the material is. It's made out of polyester, but that's what it says, but it's very soft on this side. So first thing you're going to do is tape your material pretty side down, and I use this blue painter's tape. You can get it at any hardware store. I've also heard of people using masking tape, any kind of tape that you can secure your fabric down on your mat and then easily remove the tape when you're finished. And I just tape it all the way around, and I also get in the habit of doing this for all my faux leather, even if it sticks really well, because it's just a good habit to get into, and then you don't have to worry about it shifting on you. Once that's all taped down, take your mat, do a little push, make sure that it's in there correctly. If it's crooked and you load your mat, it's going to shift, it's going to not cut it correctly, you're going to ruin your fabric. So always make sure, see how this is not in underneath this little notch here? Get that in there, push it forward. And I come over here to my computer and I'm going to click on this edit right here. And this is where you can move your design so that the design is placed on the mat the way you have your fabric placed on your mat. So I already went and did this before I made my video, but just to show you, just click on it and you can move it around. I like to move it down a little bit so that I can put tape all around it. And I experienced one time the machine cutting up above, so I've just always gotten the habit of moving my design down. You want to click on mirror, even though this shape is going to look the same if you if you don't mirror it, it's going to look the same, but I just like to do that out of habit. So mirror my image, click on done. Now we're going to go and set our material. Now this is the thing. Everybody wants to know which setting. Well, I have the Cricut Maker machine and I'm using the fine point blade, and I've learned that it doesn't really matter which setting you used, you're going to have to cut it 2 to 3 times. So you can use the faux leather setting, you can use the denim bonded setting, and how you find your settings is by going into browse all materials, type in here, you can type in denim, enter, then you can just click on denim bonded, and you can click on this little star and it'll put it in your favorites so that you don't have to come and search again. So we're going to do denim bonded, done. We're going to do more pressure, and you just click on this and it'll give you these options of more, default, and less. I'm going to put it on more, and as you see here, load fine point blade, that's what came with my machine, and that's the only blade that I've ever used. And now we're going to come over here and we're ready to go. I'm going to double check my mat, make sure it's in there properly, and I'm going to hit the arrow that's blinking. And I'm cutting out just your basic teardrop shape for earrings. It seems to be a very popular thing to make. Now it wants me to hit the blinking C button. Tap on that. As you see, it goes around the shape 2 times. And if you take a close look, it looks like it cut through. But that's deceiving. It did not cut through. With this material, it just doesn't want to cut. And that's the problem everyone is having. It just does not want to cut for some reason. If anybody knows a setting where this cuts the first time, please comment below and let me know. So, what we're going to do now is, I'm not going to touch anything. I'm going to come over here, and this blinking arrow is telling me to unload the mat. We're done. Well, we're not done. What we're going to do instead is hit the C button. I'm not touching anything but the C button. Don't touch your mat, don't touch the arrow. Now what it's going to do is cut again. If you hit that arrow button, it's going to unload your mat, and then if you hit the C button to cut it again, the mat might load a little bit differently, and it won't cut on the exact same lines that it previously cut, and therefore your design will be ruined. This is the second, what people call passing. And what you can do is lift the tape up and take a peek and see if it cut all the way through. Now I know that it has, just out of experience. But what is happening is up here at the top, it's not cutting all the way. So I'm tearing it, which you don't want to do. So I'm going to do this a third time. Don't hit that arrow, hit the C button for a third passing. We're passing it through the machine for the third time. You can use these techniques and settings on any faux leather that you have trouble with. I use these same settings, same blade, same mat on the glitter faux leather. That one I only cut once, I believe. But like I said, you can always just lift it up. Like, let me just show you here. So I'm not unloading my mat. I'm being very careful not to move my mat. I'm doing this one-handed, so bear with me. But I'm going to lift this up and see. Even with 3 cuts, it's still attached right here. But you can just snip that off with the scissors. So you can do 2 or 3 cuts. The last time I did this, I did 2 and it cut them. It's just, I was hoping that with a third pass that I wouldn't have to tear the tip or cut the tip. Now if you rip that, you take the chance of it messing the material. So just pull it as much as you can without it ripping, and then just take some scissors and snip that little piece right there. But yeah, it's a tricky fabric, and if anybody knows a better way to cut it, please comment below and let me know. And I am using the Fabric Grip Mat by Cricut. It's the pink one. And you can also use your green standard mat. It doesn't matter, because I think the key is to just tape the material down. Tape it down, make sure, you know, you can go like this over it first. You can use a brayer tool, which I don't have, or you can use one of these. Just make it, you know, stick as much as possible, and then everything's all smoothed out, and then tape it down. So it is possible, you guys. You can cut this material that you get at Hobby Lobby. You just have to cut it 2 times, and the trick is to not unload the mat, but to hit the C button. I hope that helps, and you're able to use your machine and cut those earrings and cut those bows or whatever it is you cut with the faux leather. Enjoy crafting.